Hello everybody, I am Florenza Viñas. I am a tour guide in Barcelona, and today I would love to show you the top 10 places which you cannot miss if you are visiting Barcelona. One of the places you cannot miss is located behind me, and that is La Pedrera or Casa Milà. It is a work created by Antonio Gaudí and finished in 1912. Familia Milà were the ones hiring Antonio Gaudí to build a residential house where they would live on the first floor and they would rent the superior floors. Later, when people noticed the shape and the appearance of the out of the ordinary home, they called it La Pedrera, which means the quarry. Piedra means stone in Spanish. So they actually nickname it the quarry because it looks like a piece of rock. Today it is a World Heritage Patrimony, and my favorite thing to do in here and to recommend to my clients is, first of all, a visit inside, but it has to be combined with a light show on the rooftop terraces. Enjoy! I just arrived at another place which you have to visit when you are visiting Barcelona. So the house behind me, it's called Casa Barbato. It was made again by Antonio Gaudí in 1906. And the people of Barcelona, together with the owners, were so impressed with the results that the Milà family was motivated to hire Antonio Gaudí to overdo this house. And as you can see, there's a huge difference between Casa Barbato and La Pedrera, where in here at Casa Barbato you have decorations, colorful facade, where Gaudí used broken tiles and broken glass to cover the facade, and he was a pioneer in recycling. One thing the houses had in common: the families would live on the first floor and they would always rent out the superior floor, so it was a business investment. If you want to know more about it, I have other videos on my YouTube channel, but as well I have blog posts on livelifebcn.com. Another must on your list is Palau de la Musica Catalana, the Palace of the Catalan Music, a jewel of Catalan Art Nouveau or Modernism. It was designed by the architect Domenici Muntaner, which happened to be the teacher of Antonio Gaudí. In here, behind me, you have the only concert hall of the Art Nouveau style, which is on the UNESCO site. Now arrived at Santa Maria del Mar, translating to the Holy Mary of the Sea. So behind me, you have another Gothic jewel. It's a beautiful example of the Catholic Gothic. In fact, the interior is absolutely amazing. And what is special about this church is the fact that it was built by the people, for the people. If you want to know more detail about the 14th century in Barcelona, you could watch the Netflix series called The Cathedral of the Sea, which talks about the historical period of the 14th century and 15th century in Barcelona. Meanwhile, make sure you do not skip the neighborhood of Born, which is a place full of life which you have to explore. Another of my must on the Barcelonian list is Park Güell. Another work of Antonio Gaudí, another World Heritage Patrimony, another place which is unique, first of all because of its concept. It was designed as a luxurious residential area back in the 1900s. And behind me you have two homes which were designed to be one of the administrative house and another one the caretaker house. It was a failed business plan because nobody wanted to buy a house all the way far from the city, and especially when it's very much uphill. So one suggestion I have for you, if you decide to come here, try and use the local Uber, which is Cabify, or take a taxi, which is fairly affordable. You could easily walk, but if you do so, do not forget to visit the Gracia neighborhood. So right now I am on La Rambla, the famous street La Rambla, where you have to come if you visit Barcelona. It was the main promenade back in the medieval times, and in fact today it's still full of life from early hours in the morning until very late at night. It starts in the city center, Plaza Catalunya, and it goes all the way down to the Mediterranean Sea. about 20 minutes walk, which I strongly recommend. But as well, I recommend a stop along it, which is at the marketplace La Boqueria. One huge advice for people visiting Barcelona: do not eat on the street because it's full of tourist traps. But if you would just get out 1 minute to the left, 1 minute to the right, the narrow streets on the side, you will find some excellent offer for you to satisfy your appetite. As a professional tour guide, there is another thing I strongly recommend once you visit Barcelona. Please sit down at one of the terraces. Order yourself an Estrella Damm, a cerveza. Sit down for half an hour and just do the Mediterranean sport, which is people watching. Sit down, enjoy for a second, just relax. And then you're ready to continue the tour. Salud! And if there is a place which I would insist for you to visit and to buy a ticket, would be Sagrada Familia. It was started in 1882, so it's been a long way and it's not finished yet. We're planning on finishing it in 2026, maybe or maybe not. We will see that, but probably that's part of the charm. So Sagrada Familia, it's work of Antonio Gaudí, but he saw maybe a 30% finished in his lifetime, but he knew that and he was more than okay with it. It's one of the most emblematic places in here in Barcelona, a World Heritage Patrimony, and the work of which Antonio Gaudí dedicated his life from when he was 31 years old until the day he died. Make sure you visit the interior as well, and with the money that you would buy the ticket, it would be donated to help the construction of the church. Another place on my top 10 to visit in Barcelona is the Cathedral of Barcelona, which you have it straight behind me. Please do not confuse it with the work of Antonio Gaudí's Sagrada Familia. The cathedral was built in the 13th century. The beauty of it is that it's already standing on a place where in the 6th century we had a Romanesque church. So it's like building a temple on top of a temple on top of a temple on top of a temple. The interior is absolutely extraordinary, because you will find the beauty of the 13th century of the Gothic, how people dedicated their entire life to build a temple, which would probably take 100 years to build. The place that I recommend to visit inside is in fact the cloister, where you will find 13 geese. We arrived at number 10, and you would be surprised that number 10 on my list is in fact the Mediterranean Sea. You have to take advantage of the location and maybe spend the day on the beach, or just come for a walk, or maybe spend some hours at a terrace having a beer or a sangria, or just come for a run. But if you visit, please do make sure that you are not missing the Mediterranean Sea, a sunset maybe, or even a boat ride. I mean, there are so many suggestions. Now, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And try to follow me on Instagram or Facebook, and like that you will get more tips, tricks for your visit in Barcelona, or even I could help you make plans for it. And furthermore, on my website, Live Life BCN, you will find different tours already prepared for you. Have fun and travel.